Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I'm excited to try this tea today because this one smells incredible. As I've been doing a lot of pu'ers this entire month, this today is no exception with a little bit of a change. For the past 2 weeks, I've done uncooked Shang Puas. Today I'm going to be doing a cooked pu'er, and it smells incredible. So I'm gonna try. I have to read this. Gamer, welcome. I have to read this off of a cliff note because there is no way I can say this, and I'm probably gonna screw it up even though I have it right in front of me. Today's blend is Shouyi Xuan Yunnan Pu'er. I totally butchered that, I'm sure. But it's going to be. Oh, here it is. It's going to be a little bit different from the other pu'ers that I've done for this entire month because this one is actually a little mini cake. Now, I just realized I forgot to make my tea. Minor details, but that's okay. I'm used to making the. I haven't actually done it in a long time, making the tea on the fly. But I mean, that'll give me a little bit of time to. Zam, welcome. It'll give me a little bit of time to demonstrate how these come packed. So I'm going to use this time to my advantage to actually show you guys. Originally, it comes in a little cube. You know what? Let me show you this one. It's got a little label on it and everything. Probably, yeah, there it is. Not holding it right. But you see, it comes in a little cube, nice and solid too. And before I steep it, looks like this. It's all compact, and it's really like. It's really pretty solid. It kind of feels like wood, but not like hardwood. It's like that, like kind of like plywood, but like that cardboardy plywood. I don't remember the name of it. Now, generally, the way that you would steep something like this is you can throw it in there in the hot water and just let it be. Or you can break it up a little bit so that it penetrates the leaf better once it's steeped. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it. Ah, there we go. Try not to make too much of a mess because it's flaking off. There we go. But as you can see, it still keeps basically its same shape. Now, in tradition, once again, these pu'ers are aged. I don't remember if this one has a. It was bought off of Amazon, so I don't remember if this was aged and what they set it to. But I'm just gonna go ahead and pour the water out. Alexa, set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
I don't know. I'm going to check and see if you guys are... There we go. Hey, Ma. Hey, Snea. Alexa, stop. I hope that didn't just turn off my timer. Oh, my God. Anyway, Teresa, welcome. Izzy, welcome. Yeah, sorry, that kind of threw me off a little bit. But I don't remember if there is, if this was aged... at all. It just seems that, yeah, I don't know. I'm having a couple of technical issues, I guess, because Twitch is on. Yeah, okay. Now, I was just looking at the monitors. All right, now that we got this out of the way, wow, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Anyway, so I'm steeping this because it's fully oxidized and cooked. It's roasted and packed into compact little cubes, as you've seen, and it's packed tight, so it's going to be different from the regular Shang Pua that I've been using before, where I'm able to use hotter water for longer periods of time. So I'm doing this at the full 212 degrees, and for the 5 minutes, as you heard me set the timer. So first thing I want to say is without the wrapper on, those pu'ers smell deep. They're deep and dark and savory. They kind of smell like dark chocolate. and I'm really thoroughly looking forward to this because I haven't had a really dark pu'er in a while. And these are the ones that are fermented, but because they're cooked, that fermentation is going to go a little bit farther. You're going to get a more savory, a more smoky kind of flavor to it. And I mean, from what I could tell, it's already smelling really, really nice. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys. It's already turning the water like kind of bronze, as you can see here. Oh, but that smells so good. It just unleashed like a whole whiff of scent. And I'm getting like a lot of that deep pungency that pu'ers usually have. I want to make sure that you guys are still like, yeah. All right, sorry, I'm having some technical issues. Anyway, so I'm getting this like really nice pungency. It's kind of like a nice whiskey kind of flavor to it, where it's very woody and very it's like that deep ingrown pungency. It's really hard to describe. It smells like wet wood. I think that would be the best way that I can put it. But it has like notes just in the scent. I haven't even tasted it. Just in the scent, I'm getting like slight chocolate, slight cheese. It's very odd, the fermentation of it all, because you get the whiff, and it just like sits there and it circulates. Right now, just in my immediate area, it hasn't even finished steeping yet, but it's like it's a really strong scent, and I think I'm kind of glad that I didn't steep it right away, because I'm noticing as it steeps how strong the scent is, and it's growing a little by little. Oh, hold on, yeah, I think I'm getting. Oh, I'm at about 4 minutes. Thanks. I'm not. I appreciate that. I don't know what happened with my with Alexa. Maybe she's still gonna pop. Maybe, I don't know. But because this is a dark pu'er, I'm not too worried about the length of time, because it's a really strong leaf, and because it's compact, all the inside leaves can actually take a little bit longer. Now, breaking it up does help the steep a little bit, but it's not necessary usually. Alexa, stop. So it did work. Great. Oh my God, that smells really, really nice. So you're gonna see in just a moment the difference that it made. It went from that little chunky brick to completely loose leaf. Like, this broke up really, really well. I'm gonna show you guys in just a minute. I'm letting it. Hey, Pops, welcome. I'm letting it. You know what? I don't even need to do that. I can hold everything up. So you'll see the big difference right off the bat. Everything broke up. All the leaves are now loose. Now it was cut and it was compact, so you're not going to get the 3 buds or even a full leaf because of the way that it was packed. So you're just going to get little pieces that broke off. See, and you can't even open it really well. I can't even get one chunk. Like, this is one leaf. It looks like it was cut about medium length, and just compacted and aged for however long, and then left there to dry out and continue to ferment. All right, so now, without further ado, because I am dying to smell it, it smells incredible. Oh, that is nice. There is a very wet. This smells like an autumn day in the park. Like right after the rain, you have all the leaves, you have all of the wetness and the moisture in the air, and you're getting a lot of this coming out of the mug. And just look at how beautiful that color is. That's one thing I have to remind myself. It got a lot darker, you can see. So, without further ado, again, here we go. Oh, that is nice. That is super nice. It's very pungent. And it's not the strongest pu'er I've had, but oh yeah, that color is gorgeous. It looks like a nice amber. So you're gonna get that strength from the leaf and from the fermentation. I have had stronger ones, and I think yes, that's why I kind of messed up. I didn't set it to the full 180. I mean, sorry, the full 220. 212, dagnabbit. Math was never my strong suit. Anyway, so I was wondering why this was tasting a little bit. It's a little bit lighter than it should have. Maybe that's why, because the temperature wasn't set all the way up, which is fine. I mean, it's still a really nice cup, but it didn't get as dark as it could have. But I'm still getting a lot of that pungency, a lot of that that flavor. That it's really hard to describe unless you taste it, because it's very distinct. It's got kind of an alcoholic overtone. Yeah, I'm drunk already. Oh, but that is like, it's washing over my mouth over and over again as I speak, and as I breathe, and it comes in and out and in and out. It's overwhelming. It's kind of got that texture of a cheese. You know how you eat like a really stinky cheese and it just like sits in your mouth as a vapor for some time? It's got that same quality. It's probably going to be stronger if I had done this at a higher heat. But yeah, this is like really good. Now I'm getting this nice warmth in my chest as I drink it. It's very settling. Now this, because it's a black tea and it's cooked, it's going to be pretty moderate in caffeine. It's not going to be like super duper caffeinated. It's not going to be like one of your most caffeinated teas, but it is definitely caffeinated. And that strength, the caffeine, it's very calming, kind of sort of, because of the L-theanine that's coming out of the. I'm trying to remember all the big all the big words, and I'm struggling. I appreciate you guys, but yeah, the L-theanine is really like it helps you digest. So I'm not gonna get any jitters or anything. I never do when it comes to tea, unless I drink a lot of it. I think that I have developed a bit of an immunity to it, which it's a good thing, because you know, it's going to help me sleep at night. Oh, that is a wonderful taste. I'm getting more. I'm getting more leaves in my mouth. I'm getting more wood. The wood taste in it, and like. So I keep checking because I'm like under the impression that I'm not getting all of my my messages. But yeah, like I'm getting like a nice woody flavor with notes of, still I'm getting the notes of chocolate, and it's really like it's wisping around like it's got a very slow burn, and I feel like I'm still tasting my first sip. So that's like, it's a really good thing. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of trouble today just verbalizing what I'm feeling, because I mean, this is a very distinct flavor. It's got a very nice quality to it. What do I mean about, oh, distinct? See, that's the problem when you talk about a pu'er. It's the kind of flavor that you know and recognize only if you've had it before. So describing it is really difficult sometimes. Because when I say pungency, people think that it's kind of like gross, you know, it's like a really strong nastiness, but that's not what it is at all. It's pungent the way cheese is pungent, you know. It's something that you sit back and appreciate rather than scoff at, you know. It's like, I don't want to give the wrong impression that it's a bad tea, because not at all. I love pu'ers, and they tend to be very strong, very aromatic. And as you drink and as you just consume it in every sense of the word, you know, there's visual, there's scent, there's taste, there's even a bit of touch in there as it leaves a kind of texture in your mouth. Oh, excuse me. So there's all different ways to intake the information that this tea has to offer. What is a Shang Pua? Shang Pua is just the same as this, a pu'er that just hasn't been cooked, hasn't been roasted. It's just been compact, aged, and shipped. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm battling a little bit of hiccups there. But yeah, the Shang Pua is more on the green and white tea side. This one is definitely on the darker end. But a pu'er is actually known as a dark tea, not a black tea. So you're not going to have it oxidized as much as a black tea. It'll walk that fine line for sure. But it's a very dark tea. It's a very strong flavor. It's the kind of flavor that you have to sit back and appreciate. I always tell people who like savoriness to try pu'er because of its similarities in taste to alcohol. You know, sometimes the first one that I tried, which is probably going to be very close to this if I had steeped it correctly, it was closer to a whiskey barrel. And you just get that whole intake from like your mouth in through your nose into your chest, and you just get a whole kind of sensation. It's a beautiful thing once you actually sit down and do it. Speaking of which, I gotta do the Thomas taste, because this is the kind of taste that you want to savor, you want to really intake. Now, as I breathe out and I'm retasting everything, I'm getting a nice, almost coppery kind of a taste to it. It's slightly mechanical. Greg, welcome. Mechanical, metallic. That's what I meant. Thanks. I appreciate the shout out. Speaking of metallic, Iron Man here on my shirt. But yeah, it's kind of like a slight metallic tinge to it as you hold it in your mouth and you let it sink into your taste buds. But it's like, God, I'm saying like a lot. But you get this kind of like a flavorful, woody kind of tone to it. And it's really relaxing, at least to me. I find that woody tastes, and more on the savory, natural side. I mean, it's gonna be natural, but I'm thinking more along lines of like a walk in the woods. You know, this is what a pu'er reminds me of. A really dark, strong pu'er reminds me of a walk in the woods, and it's incredible for the fall. You know, this is the kind of flavor that you can just sit back, relax, read a book, watch a movie, and just let the day just fall behind you. But yeah, this is the kind of experience that I'm looking for when I look for a pu'er. At least at the end of the day, because it helps me just relax and then get that feeling of, you know, just melting the day off my shoulders. So I'm going to open up the floor for questions, comments, and anything you want to talk about. Now's the time. I do have a couple of announcements, but first I will answer Teresa's question, what would I pair this with? Being that this is a really strong flavor, I would pair it with a strong dish to go alongside. So I would pair this with steak, hands down. Anything that would go well with whiskey or wine, probably a red versus a white. Something that's more savory, less sweet. What was it? Yunnan pu'er reduces lipoid and cholesterol. That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's actually really good. Cause yeah, when you're stuck in COVID land out here, you're not getting as much exercise as you want. This might help out a little bit. You never know. Oh, that is so good. Coconut custard pie. Maybe, because you know you get that coquito kind of vibe to it, with the rum in it. So yeah, maybe as a dessert. I mean, I was thinking more along the lines of an entree, but yeah, desserts work as well. But yeah, I would definitely say coconut custard pie. Okay, so announcements before I forget. Tomorrow is going to be the Nomad Tea Festival Europe, and I will be having my not a presentation, but I will be hosting a tea party once again called Getting to Know Your Besties, and we'll be talking about our passions about tea and really learning from each other and feeding that passion and that hunger that we get for knowledge of tea and immersing ourselves in the culture. So I highly recommend that you guys join. Today is the last day that you can do it, because I will be doing it tomorrow at, I believe it's 2 to 3 p.m. Central. So if you happen to register, go ahead and tune in. We will be just shooting the breeze, talking, and you know, really getting to know you as a person and what you appreciate about the world of tea. Yeah, and then the weekend after is the International Tea Festival. So that one's going to be fun. That one's going to be a 2-day event. And I'm highly looking forward to it. But I will, again, push that one later on down the line. I'm just hoping everybody got their tickets already, because it's going to be a good one. Oh, I love the savoriness of this. It's like having wet wood on your tongue. And like, every time I say this, it just sounds funny. But it's true. It's like having just, after a rain, just taking a big chunk of wood out of a tree and just chewing on it. Yeah, it does sound gross, but like the flavor of it is really incredible. Like, I mean, I would highly recommend it. This came from Amazon, and it comes in this little barrel right here. Really beautiful packaging, I have to admit. They really outdid themselves. Once I'm done with the pu'er, I'm gonna find another use for this because this is just too beautiful. But no, it's not ew. It's not ew. It's like drinking out of a barrel. You know, you get that kind of taste from the wood. You're getting that same kind of flavor from the tea, and the pungency. Yeah, that's a good word. The pungency of it is noticeable. It's not strong now, probably because I made a mistake and forgot to turn up the heat all the way. But it's definitely worth trying out if you like savory flavors, if you like smoky, if you like the type of flavor that is just like a dinner flavor. You know, I would recommend this tea absolutely for sure. And now that winter is coming, and now that fall is like mid-fall, and then the weather is going to start to get colder, I would definitely recommend this because it's got a nice heating effect. I've been playing too many video games. It's got this nice heating effect that it gets you from the core and just mellows you out. So this, I would say, is definitely worth giving it a try. I'm trying to think of any other announcements that are coming up. Amanda, welcome. You're catching us on the tail end. But yeah, I'm trying to think of any other, because I've got the 2 tea festivals coming up for sure. I'm getting getting my platform ready, the website, but that's going to take a while. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have for announcements that I can think of right now. So, questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, now's the time. I've only got maybe one or two sips left, so here we go. I really feel like I want to make another cup. This time I'll re-steep the same leaves and do it darker, because I feel like I'm missing out on the full potential of this tea. This tea is excellent as it is, and I'm like, why is it not as strong as it could be? Of course, you know, that's my fault because I didn't do it right. But at least I know where I went wrong, so I can go back and try again. But oh my God, this is the kind of flavor that really puts me in a mood that's just like I can just relax, kick back, and spend the rest of the night just chilling. I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of this night. Oh, that was so good. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Thank you all for joining me once again. This has been an incredible experience. I will be posting the link to where to get this tea. As well, I'll send the link to the Tea Festival, Nomad Tea Festival Europe, so that you guys, if you're able to stop in and hang out, I would love to see you there. In the meantime, have a great night, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.